episode 5. Hopefully this story progresses a bit, because I don't remember necessarily what happened in episode 4. Oh yeah, no wait, I hope we get more with, the guy who did the thing with the rats and that storyline. And then maybe more progress on the train. I will say that this show so far, episode 1 was the one that I loved. Maybe because it was completely different from what I was expecting. Then every other episode has been like, okay. I think there's too many stories going on at the same time. Okay, back to 1931. This is Jacuzzi, right? No. Yeah, man, that's the point. It's supposed to be scary. Or maybe he's trying to trick you. He's like, my name is Jacuzzi. Okay. So this episode is going to be focusing on Jacuzzi, I guess. And already, I'm like, oh god, that voice. Yeah, but it's not what you think. Yeah, it's not Rail Tracer. Oh god, that guy's big. It's like, he can barely fit. It's the Rail Tracer. And there's 2 dead bodies. Which is weird. So I guess the older conductor that we saw shot the young guy, and then did he shoot himself or did something else kill him? Or is it gonna be that he has accidentally caused trouble? Like he has never actually tried. It's just been from like accidental hijinks. Like, you got on our turf. It's like, oh, you've already become good friends with them. Oh, okay. They're like, yeah, sure. Um, are you gonna have like some superpowers, Jacuzzi? All right. You're like, oh my god. Oh god, and that guy's even bigger here. You're like, oh, we're already dead. There's a fucking bomb. Okay. Like, fucking. Oh. Okay, I thought it was gonna be that one guy with explosion in him. But obviously, this showed 1930. Homunculus, alright. Like, I give you an order. Like, it got stolen by some punks. Alright, so that guy has. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. This episode is a bit better than the other, like episode 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so. Jesus. 4 barns. Okay, and he can also show people. So this guy seems to have very strong powers. So those old guys around him, I assume they're his friends. They're not just rich and influential people. They're probably also his friends. And now we're back to 31. Yeah, like this show is pretty hard to follow because of how much it's jumping around. Hopefully, it will kinda. All the threads will like go together. Because this guy right here. Is this guy from the first episode? Like, you two, come with me. Well, at least those two lackeys didn't get killed. Huh. I mean, you know, immortality. But I assume it's not actually immortality. There's gonna be a way to kill him. And I think what they showed with the rats is kind of like they are like vampires. You burn them. All right. You're like, the second part I probably don't have to worry about. I don't believe you. All right. We try to tell you. You're like, yeah, cowboy, do you really wanna, go? Huh. Like, you're coming with us. Goose. I like that name. I can't. She's like, ah, shit, they're fucked then, if that's the case. I mean, it's my job. Like, nope. They made fools out of themselves. It's like, bang, bang, bang. Like, do you need to know? Like, I think you're onto something. Is that the guy who was right there with the blonde hair? No, okay, no. I was like, is that the same guy as in the newspaper place? Are they part of this family? But maybe not. Oh god, I gotta do some knife fighting. Is it to the death? Or is it just first blood? And just first blood? Or is it, for first blood? Okay, maybe both. Are they called oh, there we go. I guess it is first blood. Ah, he healed. So both of them have the power. Okay. And then did he accidentally shoot someone? I assume Isaac is immortal as well. Okay, good lie, I guess. You're like, I believe you. Oh, okay, yeah, that's who we saw. No, maybe not. Because I think we saw like some type of monster at the end of the previous episode. It's kind of like, is it her? But I don't think so. Well, the guy who's there is gonna be the one who finds the woman. I'm like, what's up? I guess he was pulled out, probably. Alright, maybe she is. Unless the story of Rail Tracer is true as well. Alright, I mean, it was a slower episode. But I enjoyed it a bit more. We saw some new powers. I still think there's too many characters to follow. I think you could do by reducing the stories that we're following by like 50%. Then maybe following certain people for a longer time. Like for example, that guy. We didn't see anything of them. This like the wedding gang. We didn't see them at all. And their fight versus the gang with oh god, the black what's it called? Tuxedo gang, or the black shirts. Let's call them that. That's kind of like what I'm feeling at the moment. And I do think that that's probably a problem I'm gonna have with the show. Now after 5 episodes, I feel like, oh, okay, that's kind of like what they're going for. And I think for me, not the best, but it isn't terrible enough to where I'm kind of like, oh, I'm gonna stop watching it. Because I kind of want to keep watching. But I do think that the show is hurt by how the pacing is going, by jumping back and forth. Because it, like, I don't get enough. Like, as something gets interesting, like for example, with the guy basically eating Barnes and then sending that girl over. That happened, like, I think probably like 2 years before the train, and the fact that we know what's gonna happen on the train, right? It's gonna crash. Someone, the little kid says, he's gonna get his brain blown off by the guy with the white shirt, because that's what they showed in the first episode. So it's kind of like, okay, we're seeing how all the stories lead to that, but it's way too fragmented. It's too fragmented to the point where I don't really have much to say after watching the episodes. Because kind of like, we got like 5%, or maybe like 2%, maybe even less than that, 1% of the story on each story. I think it would have worked better if like the first 4 episodes just focused on the white gang versus the black gang, and we followed their story for 4 episodes. And then it ends, where they wanted to end it, maybe like before the crash or whatever, super crazy stuff happened. And then we followed Firo and all that stuff for 4 episodes, and then 4 episodes and the others, and then maybe the last 2 episodes for that could then lead into like, oh, okay, now all the stories are gonna go crazy. And goodbye.